episode title, Understanding Mental Health and Relationships. Welcome to Grace's Oasis, where we explore the journey of healing, growth, and self-discovery. I'm your host, Jocelyn Grace. Today, we're diving deep into the essential topics of mental health, bipolar disorder, narcissism, and the dangers of substance abuse. These are not just buzzwords. They are experiences that have shaped my life and the lives of countless others. Let's begin with mental health. It's often said that mental health is just as important as physical health. Yet so many people still feel ashamed to speak about their struggles. Mental health awareness is critical, not only for understanding ourselves, but also for recognizing how our mental states can impact our relationships with others. When we neglect our mental health, we risk not only our well-being, but also the stability of our connections with those we care about. Now, let's take a closer look at bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder is a complex mental health condition characterized by extreme mood swings. This includes manic episodes, where individuals may feel an intense sense of euphoria or heightened energy, and depressive episodes, which can bring about feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and lethargy. During manic episodes, a person might engage in impulsive behaviors, which can strain relationships. I've seen this firsthand in my journey, and I know how challenging it can be to maintain a healthy connection with someone who's experiencing these shifts. It can feel like a roller coaster ride, and not just for the person with the disorder, but for their loved ones as well. On the flip side, during depressive episodes, it can become almost impossible to engage with the world. I recall moments when I felt a heavy cloud hanging over me, making it difficult to reach out to friends or family. This isolation can further complicate relationships, as those around us may not fully understand what we're going through. Bipolar disorder doesn't just affect the individual. It has a ripple effect. Partners, family members, and friends may find themselves struggling to adapt to the emotional swings, often feeling helpless or frustrated. It's crucial to recognize that empathy and open communication can go a long way in navigating these challenges together. Let's talk about narcissism. Narcissistic personality traits can manifest in various ways, often leading to a lack of empathy and a constant need for validation. Narcissists can be charming and engaging at first, but as the relationship develops, their true colors may show, leading to emotional manipulation and exploitation. I have personally experienced the impact of narcissism in my life growing up with a narcissistic mother, and then finding myself in relationships with men who exhibited similar traits. It was a painful cycle that made me question my worth for years. I often wondered, what did I do to deserve this treatment? The answer, I realized, was nothing. Their behavior stemmed from their own insecurities and issues, not from my actions. Now, let's discuss the connection between untreated mental health conditions and substance abuse. The dangers of drugs and alcohol can become particularly pronounced for individuals dealing with conditions like bipolar disorder. Many people may turn to substances as a form of self-medication, seeking relief from overwhelming emotions. But this approach rarely solves the underlying issues. For instance, stimulants can amplify manic symptoms, while alcohol can deepen depressive feelings. I've seen this pattern in those around me. The momentary relief provided by substances often leads to a cycle of dependency. This can exacerbate mental health symptoms, making it even harder to break free from the cycle of abuse. The impulsivity that often accompanies bipolar disorder can lead to poor decision-making, and that's where the risks increase dramatically. Moreover, the stigma surrounding mental health often prevents individuals from seeking help. They may feel trapped, believing they must cope alone. I can relate to that feeling of loneliness and desperation, wanting to be seen and heard but fearing the judgment of others. Throughout my life, I've navigated the effects of these issues firsthand. The trauma from my upbringing left me feeling isolated, despite being surrounded by people. It was a lonely existence, often amplified by the competitive nature of those I encountered. I've experienced betrayal and jealousy from those I considered friends, and it took a long time for me to realize that I had to break the cycle of hurt. I had to learn to love myself, even when I didn't receive that love from others. Now, as I care for my mother, who has become a shell of the person she once was due to her own struggles, I see the consequences of a life filled with emotional neglect. Her aging and declining health have revealed the true nature of relationships. Many people who once surrounded her have disappeared. The few who have remained are genuine and loyal, a stark contrast to those who were only there for appearances. This has taught me the importance of nurturing authentic relationships and being mindful of who we let into our lives. Before we wrap up, I want to emphasize that you are not alone in your struggles. Seeking help is a sign of strength, and building a supportive community is vital for healing. If you find yourself in a similar situation, whether it's dealing with mental health issues, toxic relationships, or feelings of isolation, I encourage you to reach out. There are countless resources available, and it's essential to remember that healing is a journey, not a destination. I also want to highlight the importance of sharing our stories. When we open up about our experiences, we create spaces for others to feel seen and heard. Each of us has a unique journey, and by embracing vulnerability, we foster connection and understanding. Thank you for joining me today on Grace's Oasis. I hope this episode has shed some light on the complexities of mental health, bipolar disorder, and narcissism. If you found value in today's discussion, please share it with someone who might benefit. Remember, we're in this journey together, and there is always hope for healing and growth. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.